Alright guys, let's take a look at what we get here in the box for the Long Road World War III with a paranormal twist. Comes with cards. Some of these are like spell cards or like action cards that certain individual units can do. And then some of these are like tactics cards where you have a top for NATO and a bottom for the Soviet Union. And you can use it for that effect. But I also got some extra, these are called action cards, that's right. I got some extra action cards for my Kickstarter pledge, I guess. You get what? 6 10-sided dice and 6 black cubes sealed for freshness. You don't want the air getting to them because they might deteriorate over time. And so I'm glad they sealed those up for us in that bag that you have to rip open. I'm being funny, fellas. I'm not serious. Then these are the characters or the individual counters. And it has abilities and there's icons. There's a bunch of them. I'm not going to open them. We have a rule book in full color. And it explains the units, where their movement factors are. Certain ones have abilities which are icon based. There's some stacking rules, leg units, armored fighting vehicles, and unarmed vehicles. Here it's going over the action cards. Different aspects of the game. Some examples, probably a line of sight. Fire support. We have a terrain height table. Paranormal entities and humans. Now this gets into the paranormal part of the game. Here they're talking about the zombies, the lichen, which are your werewolves and such, vampires. Then we go into an explanation of the action cards, the different special cards that you can use with the vampires and the werewolves. Now here's all the ability icons, and it's got a picture of the icon, what it is, and an explanation. The last 2 pages, that's nice that they included that. I'd rather have it on like a player aid, but it's okay as long as they printed it out somewhere. Here's the sequence of play and rules summary. This is another cool thing they did. It's 2.5, well, no, 3.25 pages. It's a sequence of play and rules summary. And it's in the back of the rule book as well. So once you got the rules down, this is probably where you're going to go most of the time. Just these last few pages. And there's an index, which is always appreciated. Now we have a campaign book, which is full of scenarios that uses the paranormal entities in here. And these are basically just scenarios. Tells you what sides are which, what cards and units you have. Like see, there's zombies in this one. And these are all just scenarios. It's a big book, and it does not have page numbers. But there's a bunch of scenarios. Then we have the Long Road Tactics. Now, this is just scenarios of NATO versus Soviet Union without any paranormal stuff. This is just straight up wargaming with none of the fictional stuff that they added in the rule book. And these are scenarios of just NATO versus Soviet Union, straight up World War III battles. It's not as thick as the campaign book, but there's some in here. You get a double-sided player aid. You have your fire results table, your range collar explanations, some unit explanations, a close assault table, and then on the back, there's a terrain effects chart with all the information you need. Then we have a separate card. It's only single-sided, but it's the turn record track, and it's got the sequence of play printed on it, which is great. Now we have counters. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 counter sheets in shrink. I'm not ripping this open, but these have all your units on it. Some heroes and such. I'm sure there's standard NATO units in the middle of this thing somewhere. There's 7 counter sheets. 1, 2, 3. Pretty sure there's 7. If I miscounted, let me know. Then we get to the maps. There are 1, 2, 3 hard-mounted 4-panel maps. Now, they're only 4-panel, but you can also, for the larger scenarios, you can fold these out and stick them together. They're sort of like geomorphic, so you can build using the 3 different ones. I'm not going to unfold every one of them. The scale's pretty good, pretty large. It's in hexes, they're numbered, so that's good. That's pretty neat. I like it. And there's 3 of these. Map, here we go. Map A, Map B, and I'm going to guess this is going to be Map C. Hey, Map C. So that's what you get in a copy of The Long Road. It's a Mark Walker designed game. He also designed Platoon Commander, which a lot of people like. Squad Battles, Lock and Load, and World at War. Those are all pretty good games. It's got a lot of people that like them. Actually, I want to get me a copy of this Platoon Commander. I don't have one yet. I want one. But this is a look at The Long Road, World War III with a paranormal twist. Thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to an unboxing of this little. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it right now because I'm going to show you why. Because you open this up, it's a Long Road expansion. It adds the West Germans, I think. East Germans, West Germans. Hold on. Yeah, West. This adds some West German units to the game. I think this is just scenarios. This is all just scenarios. And I guess a couple paragraphs here. Yeah, there's Bundsware specific rules. So there's some specific rules for the West Germans. But it's only a paragraph or 2. I mean, it ain't much. Some bullet points. And then it gets into the scenarios. So here's a small book of scenarios using the West Germans. And you get an extra counter sheet, another counter sheet, just one. And this is the West German units. You got some Leopard 1, Leopard 2 tanks, some Marder infantry fighting vehicles, some aircraft. And you get another counter sheet. And you get another map. I think this might be Map D. You think? And it is Map D. You get another hard-mounted map. And then you get a big, thick box insert. to take up all the wasted room. Why? Oh, why did they use a box this big and then put an insert in? Why didn't they use a box half this size? I don't know. I don't understand it. But you get a map, a counter sheet, and some scenarios with this expansion. Why it's in such a big box, why it's even boxed at all, I don't know. But anyway, guys, there you have it. The Long Road and the Long Road expansion, hot off the presses from Kickstarter. Looks like a pretty cool game. Thanks for watching.